There we go. All right, so we're going to, let's go to the learning path here. So week 3, it's kind of the same thing. You should be close to finishing. You may not be all the way done, but you should be semi-close to finishing up your prototype. And what I mean by the prototype, right, all the screenshots of each thing that we talked about last week. Okay, today we're going to go into MarvelApp and show you how to prototype it out. The main thing here is as you're creating it, I need to hammer this down a little bit more, but I am going to have you guys get on each of your projects and make comments. How, I don't know. I'll be changing this and I'll let you know, but we're not going to do the comments yet because there's nothing to comment on, right? So I'll give you at least this week and next week. Next week is when we'll start the comments, but that will be a grade as well. I'll go in there and make sure that you've made the comments and you'll get a grade for that. Okay. Anyway, so that's week 3 and 4. So this week and next week, you'll just be working in MarvelApp, getting your prototype done, getting everything hot spotted out. All right, so Marvel. Like I said, I kind of stole these. I'm going to be using these to show you how to do everything. Marvel, it's really cool, pretty easy to use, and I can't say I'm going to go over everything it can do, but a good high 90% of what it can do we're going to go over and I'm going to show you. All right, so I'm logged in. I'm just going to go to the dashboard here. Shows your projects. I don't have any. Okay, so I'm going to hit create project, and I am doing mine on Android. You pick whatever platform you're making this app or website for, and then give it a name. I'm going to call it Pizza App. Now, you're always not a bunch, but you will every once in a while say, hey, you'll get all these messages to upgrade, or hey, you can't do that unless you upgrade type stuff. It's fine, but I mean, the free version of MarvelApp is going to do everything you'll need it to. But if you do wonder what paying can get you, check out the plans. So I'll hit create project. All right, then you get this. You get these little options over here. Okay, add images is what I want to do. So I got all my images here for the app that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to select all those and click and drag them over. You want to upload all of the images that you've created for the app. I'm not going to use all of these. Actually, I don't think I'm going to use this pizza one, so I'm going to get rid of that. And that is how you delete images. You're going to select them here, so you can select as many as you want, and then you just hit delete. Now, we never really use this, but MarvelApp does have its own little design wannabe Photoshop interface thing inside of it. So if I moused over one of these pictures and then I go down to edit design, it's going to take me into this like environment where I can, in the browser, mess with my design. So if I wanted to add a keyboard, I could just hit add, and then you can add it there. Status bars, navigation bars. So if you don't want to go out to like Google Images and grab these types of things, well, MarvelApp already has them in here. So they got Android, they got iPhone stuff, iPad, Apple TV, Apple Watch, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to have I don't know if they do the hamburger menus. Geez, I got a lot of stuff. Spinners, day pickers, cards, checkboxes. I've never really gone through these. I got a bunch. This is all the Android operating system stuff that you wouldn't really want to create from scratch because it's already created. Geez, I got a bunch. So if you're doing an app where they needed to sign into like Twitter or Facebook or Google, well, they already have a screen here that you can use for that.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of cool. And then they got really, really simple drawing tools, right? Draw rectangles and circles, and you can type out text, draw a line, add images, and so forth. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this just because the main thing you may use are just these pre-built menu items. But I don't think you're really going to be drawing circles and squares, okay? All right, so hit close. You can do that to any of your images here. So what I'm going to do now is you want to have your home page be right here. So this is definitely not my home page. My home page is right here. So I'm just going to click and drag. Okay, and it's right there. The reason why I put it there is when you click on play, this is how you test your prototype and you run it. It'll show the image that's right here first. Okay, it loads it up. Now later on we're going to add like a loading screen and stuff, and the loading screen is going to need to go here. But for now, just for the stuff I want to test now, this is fine for the home page. Hey. Okay, so close out of that. So first thing is hotspots. Okay, so whenever you add any of this stuff, you're going to be going into edit. So I hit edit. It brings up the image, and you can see that I get this little cursor that says click and drag to draw a hotspot. Hotspots are just clickable areas that do stuff. So on this prototype, I got to define which areas are going to be clickable, and when you click them, what happens. So if I come back out here and I say, all right, when I click on dine-in menu, I want it to go to, well, maybe not. Let's see. None of this is really going to make that much sense. Now I'll just do carry out. So I'll click on carry out, and then it's going to take me here to where I can start ordering. All right, so I'm going to click edit. I'm going to click and drag this hotspot. So this is going to be the clickable area. This is going to be the button. When I let go, it pops up and says, okay, whoa, how are you going to do this? So first thing I got to tell it is when I click on it, where's the destination? Where's it going to? Well, it's going to go here, so I just click. That's it. So now it knows the destination is order.png. Okay, the screen transition is like, how is it going to go there? Is it going to fade in? Is it going to push from the left? Is it going to push from the right? Slide? I mean, there's all these different ways. I like pop. It just kind of starts small and kind of pops in. So that's the one I'm going to pick. So when you go from screen to screen, you can pick the transition on how. You got flips, you got flows. Flows are pretty cool. And then you got the slide fade. But I like the pop. I like how that looks. Okay. Action is just what do you need to do to activate that hotspot? To be honest, I don't think I've really ever had students use any other actions except for click or tap. But if there is something in your prototype where you need to be swiping left and right for it to work, then you'll need to come in here and define that as the action. Pinch, that's usually to zoom in and out. And then you got double tap. But really, the majority one is click or tap. Okay, we'll go through these other ones, but for now we're just normal hotspot, so I hit close. So I have this hotspot, so if I click on it, it'll bring that back up, so I can edit it if I want. And it says, the destination is order.png, it's going to pop, and the action is click or tap. So I can either hit play or I can hit done and play, but I'll just hit play here just to test it to make sure it's doing what I want. It loads. There's carry out. It's clickable because I get that little hand icon. I click it and then it takes me to that page. Now I didn't do any hotspots on here, so I can't really do anything here.
Do you have to do the hotspots before you load up the page, or you can do it after?
You want to do it before, because all your hotspots need to be defined so you can test them.
Okay.
Because if there's no hotspots, you won't be able to do anything. It'll just be a picture and there will be nowhere to click.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I hope.
So always set up the hotspots before and then each spot, then connect them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the minute you draw that hotspot, this menu comes up. So it kind of forces you to start picking all the stuff that you need it, that you want it to do. Okay, so that's just the basics of hotspotting. So you'll have a menu bar or something. You'll just need to hotspot all your menu bars to make sure they go to the right images. All right, so hit done here. Next thing, I got these back buttons. So if I'm here, I want to be able to hit back and go back to where I was before. Same thing, back button here, back button there. So I got all these different back buttons. So I can show you how you can handle that. So I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to hotspot out the back button because I want it to be a button. Okay. Now this gets a little weird. It's like, well, the back button should always go to the previous page. So how can I pick one singular page? Well, I can't, because that's not how back buttons work. So you got to pick link to last visited. So what that does is it just goes to the previous page for wherever you were. So it keeps track when you're going from page to page. And when you say link to last visited, that just means, okay, when I hit that back button, it's just going to go back to the page that I was before. Okay, and if there's no screen transition on that, it just, for some reason, you can't transition when you do link to last visited. I don't know why. That's just one of the things that MarvelApp, one of the things that it doesn't do. All right, so link to last visited. Now, if I hit done, remember I got all these back buttons here. So yeah, I could go edit, do the hotspot, edit hotspot, but that, like Marvel has a way better way. So if I go back into it, I can duplicate this hotspot. So I'm going to hit duplicate, and it's going to go, okay, which images do you want to duplicate this on? Well, all the ones with back buttons. So that one, that one, that one, and that's it. Okay, so I hit duplicate on 4 screens. Bam, they all have them now. Awesome, awesome functionality there. So now if I come over here, it has the back button, which will go to the page last visited. Same thing here, I hit edit, it's there as well. So if you use this duplicate hotspot, the main thing is you got to make sure this button is in the exact same spot on every page. Because if I would have said duplicate on this one, it would have duplicated it right here. That doesn't make any sense because there's nothing to click there. So it's not duplicating the image, it's just duplicating the hotspot in that exact location. Okay, so now I can test that out. You'll be hitting play a bunch, by the way. Okay, so I can hit carry out. I want to go back, so I can click on the back button, and it takes me back to the previous page. Now, unless you turn this off, in MarvelApp, you can just click in some random spot, and it will highlight the hotspots. I think I showed that maybe a couple weeks ago. But you can turn this off, and you should turn that off when you start doing your usability. Well, I don't know. It can be up to you. But when we start commenting on each other's apps and websites and stuff, you may want to turn this ability off just to see how easy it is to navigate. Because the reason they do this is because maybe you didn't prototype the whole thing. So yeah, this is a button, but that's not. So if you just want to see what it is, you just click in an empty area and it will highlight all the hotspots that are on that page. And that's if they keep it on. By default, that functionality is on. You can turn it off, and I'll show you how to do that kind of when we're right around the end. All right. Now we're going to hop over to this page. This page is a bigger one, so this will have some scrolling in it. You can do, I guess these are called like internal links, internal hotspot anchors, something like that. Let's say when, I don't know why, when they click order pie, this isn't going to make a lot of sense, by the way, but let's say when they click order pie, I want it to jump down to a certain part of the same page. Okay, so I'm going to say scroll to anchor. So what that does is when I click on order pie, it's going to take me down to the topping section. So I click to place the anchor. Okay, so now when I click on order pie, it's going to shoot me down to topping. So this is really good for screens that just you scroll forever on. So you can have certain buttons that they click on, and it will then take you to a certain section that you define. So if I hit play, I'll show you what this does. So I can scroll up and down, right? But if I click on order pie, it shoots me down to that section of the page. So on this app, not too useful because I don't really have a lot of scrolling on any of these pages. But again, if you have a page where you're scrolling for a long time, a lot of information, you're going to be able to shoot them down to any part of the page that you want. Okay, another thing you can do, let's say, well, I guess I can do what we have here. So, no, let's do it this other way. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to scroll down and I'll say when they click on pepperoni, actually not that one. I'm going to do when they click on this plus button, it's going to take them to the other page. So it's going to take them to this other page that looks just like it. So it'll take them there. Now I can say keep scroll position. Okay, and what that does is if I don't have this turned on, you've kind of already seen what it does. So I scroll down, oh wait, did I save that out? Oh, it's the plus. If I click on the plus, it takes me to the other screen, but I'm at the top. Okay, if I wanted it to keep the position, in other words, keep the exact same position where I was on this page, but stay on the same position on the next page, you say keep scroll position. Okay, so now when I run that, and I scroll down and I hit the plus, it keeps me in the exact same spot, and it takes me to the next page. So again, you may or may not use that. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to show you all the stuff it can do, and then hopefully you'll start thinking, okay, can I use any of this in my app? If so, what? But that's what the keep scroll position does. It just, from page to page, it keeps it in the exact same position when you're scrolling up and down. Okay, and that was done on this hotspot on the first image. I clicked on it. I told it to go to this next image and keep the scroll position when I go to that next image. All right, next thing, hamburger menu. Let's get that to work. So I've created the menu. I didn't create, but there is this menu here, right? That I'm going to use as the scroll out, the fly out menu, whatever you want to call it. So the way I'm going to use this is you have to do what's called an overlay. I have to overlay this image on top of another one. So I go to the image that it's going to overlay on, which is the main home page here. I'm going to hit edit. Okay, and I'm going to create the hotspot on the hamburger. Okay, now the hotspot destination, what it's going to do is it's going to load the menu bar. Okay, but I don't want this to load as a completely new page. I want it to layer. So layer an image. When you select that, it's going to show you what it will look like. Well, I want it to be in the top right. So there it is. Layer background. This, you can kind of see how it fades out a little bit. Well, this is the color of the fade. So maybe you want it to be kind of grayish. You can see how the pizza's fading out here. Or maybe I wanted, I don't know, like a red type color for the pizza. I have no idea. But I'm actually pretty much okay with like gray. I'm good with that. Okay, and I don't want the layer to scroll because it's a flyout menu. I want it to just stay there. Okay, and then I'll hit save. Okay, and the other thing is I want this to slide in from the left. So when I click on it, it doesn't just show up, it slides in. Okay, so now we can take a look at that. Okay, slides in from the left, that kind of grays out, but I can't click on any of these, so now I'm stuck. Click on the X, click on this other stuff, none of it works. What? Oh, a cat hiss?
The screen.
No, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna done here, head over to this, and now I just gotta hotspot this out. Well, I want to hotspot the X, and what I want the X to do is just go back to the page I was before, right? So link to last visited. So I'm on the home page, I hit the hamburger, this comes out, I hit the X, and it goes back to the image that it was overlaying. And the link to last visited, you can't transition for whatever reason. So I can hit play. And now this should start acting, oh, hello, I don't want to play that one. I want to play the home page. Oh, and yeah, the little play button's right there as well. So comes out, bam, click on the X, goes away. So no, when I click the X, I can't have it slide back to the right. That's just one of the limitations of Marvel. It just goes away.
What if you want, like, say you don't have an X to X out, you have to touch the screen to X out? The sign menu. You have to click on like Pizza Joe.
So, I don't think you could do that. Because when this overlays, you can only draw hotspots in here. I can't draw hotspots over here. And when it overlays, all the hotspots in here are now not working, right? So the only areas you can hotspot are in here. You can't hotspot any of this. So yeah, you can't really. You wouldn't be able to do that. All right, so now that I got my hamburger menu working, I can duplicate. And then everyone that has the hamburger menu, I duplicate it on. And then duplicate, bam. Now every screen that I go to, the hamburger menu will be working the way it should. Happy days. Okay, let's see, let's play this one. So right now I'm scrolling up and down. The header goes away. The footer goes away. So maybe I want a fixed header and footer. Marvel makes it way easy to do that. I hit edit, this little fixed header, just click and drag, and you can see that it zooms in really close so you don't screw it up. and I let go, and basically everything above that line is now fixed. It won't move. So if I scroll down here, fixed footer, bring it up, let go, everything below that line will not move. So hit play. And as I scroll up and down, you can see now the header doesn't move and the footer doesn't move, it just stays. So very, very cool feature to have, like fixed navigation, things like that. So if you got stuff on your app you always want to be displaying, like the hamburger menu, that's a really good one, or the back button or whatever, I would make them fixed. And again, Marvel makes it real easy to do that. All right, let's see here. Loading screen. So you want one of those. So I have this loading screen right here. So I'm going to click and drag it to be at the top, because that's going to be the first one I want to show up. Now I could, if I wanted to, I could have a little button here that says click to enter or click to start or something, but I'm not going to do that because I want this to function like a loading screen where it comes up, it stays for a couple of seconds, and then it goes away as if it was loading. You know, so this is so you can show clients, hey, this is how it would load, this is what it looks like. After it loads, this is what it'll do. So what I do is I come here and I go, all right, I'm going to set a timer. So I click on timer and I'll say, I don't know, 2.5 seconds. Then it goes, okay, cool. After 2.5 seconds, where do you want it to go? So I click there and I say I want it to go to home. And the screen transition, I will have it do pop again. Because I like pop. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so hit done. We can come up here, hit play. Load screen shows up. 2.5 seconds later, bam, goes to the home page. Okay. So again, these prototypes are just to show and mimic like real app behavior, just to give people an idea. Ooh, Overwatch. All right. Update. Anyways, oh, I was about to say Overwatch. That just messed with me. Anyways, yeah, it's so you can see your clients and give them a really good idea of how these things will function before you actually create the real thing. All right, let's say I am here. I don't know, for some reason, let's say there was a bunch of hotspots on here. I already did a bunch of work on here. And I realized, ah, crap, I want it to look like this. I want it to say loading with a little P. Now, it'd be kind of annoying to have to go take this, delete it, put the new one there, and then just start having to redo all the hotspots. So Marvel understands that, and they go, okay, well, we wanted to make that easy. So what you do is you hit edit, and you can do replace. So I hit replace. Oh, I guess I gotta get it. Okay, I gotta upload it. So I'll go into Dropbox, interface. I'm going to replace it with this one, the one with the little pizza and the loading. Oh, okay. Select an image. His name is already taken. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to upload that. Okay, go away. Oh, that's hilarious. I think I deleted both of them. All right, so we'll throw that one back up there. Throw that timer on there again. It's going to go home. All right, it should work now. Okay, so anyways, this is if you you go, oh crap, like I said, you have all this work done to it. You want to just replace the image, but you want to keep all the functionality, the timer, any hotspots that are on there, whatever. But this is with something that isn't already up in here. I guess it didn't like that. I forgot about that. So again, edit, replace. And I'm going to replace it with the loading one, which is right there. Hit open. Okay, and now it says loading, has a little pizza there, and the timer's still on there. So all of the functionality was retained. The only thing that changed was the image. So any hotspots that I had, the timer, any type of stuff that I had attached to that image still stays there. And that's replace. So now I can hit play. Comes up, has a little icon, loading, right, and then it goes in. Didn't pop though. I wanted it to pop. Forgot to put that in there again. Okay. Let's see here. We'll go back here. So I got this fixed footer now. I want them to be able to contact me. So this is how you can do a mail link. So throw in a hotspot, and it's going to be link to URL or embed. And it's going to be an email link. So I can put in my email, hit save, close, play. And now at any moment I can click on this and it's a mail to link. Now mail to links on a computer, very annoying because it opens up Outlook. If you're on a PC, I don't know what it does on a Mac, but it does a bunch of stuff that you don't want. But on a phone, it's awesome. You click on a mail to link and it opens up your mail client, puts the user's email right in there, and then you start typing your message and you hit send. It's really nice. So that's how you can put an email link inside of your project. Okay, let's see. Kill that. Done there. I'm gonna have, let's see, I'm gonna draw a hotspot for catering, and I'm gonna have it go to the video page. So I'm gonna let go. It's gonna go to this video page here. Okay, I want the transition to be pop as well. I'm just gonna keep pop on all of them. Okay, so I hit done, and now I'm gonna go down to the video page. Well, actually, first I'm gonna grab a video that I wanna throw. So you are able to embed videos into this. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I hate those. Have you guys seen like Man vs. Food, like those shows? They just, I love them, but I hate them because I get so dang hungry and I get so jealous of that jerk. All the stuff he gets to eat makes me so mad. I'm not jealous of him though when he's doing the hot stuff. Like, oh, no thank you. But man, when he goes and eats those 5-pound steaks and stuff, it's like, oh, so good.
Video and then someone saw my pictures of Coachella Festival, and someone had this like cheeseburger with mac and cheese and egg and like pickles stacked all together. I was like, oh
yes, please. Oh, that'd be amazing. Egg on a hamburger is really good. If you guys have never tried it, you should. Really good.
It's interesting. It was on a bulgogi burger. It was like amazing.
A what?
Yeah, like I don't know if you've ever had like bulgogi.
Oh no, what's that?
It's like a Korean dish, but it's like meat, and they make in Korea they make like burgers out of it, and it's like really good.
Mmm.
And it's so good. For some reason, I was skeptical at first when I tried it, and like after a while, I was like, okay, well now I just want these instead of like burgers we get here.
Yeah. So it could kind of ruin it for you.
Yeah. I was just like, I need to go back to Korean again.
I know the problem is it's not that easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so supposedly this Naples, Italy has the best pizza in the world according to Food Beast and the Gone Whirl. So here we go. I guess I'll just grab this one. Say for some reason we want this video in here.
Why?
I don't know, just because it's fun. We'll promote other pizza that isn't ours at this pizza app. All right. Okay, so I'm grabbing that. I think all you need is just the link to the video. Okay, so I come in here, hit edit. I want the video to be just in this section here. So I hotspot it out. Try to make it kind of as even as possible. Just kind of have to eyeball it. Let go, and then again, link to URL or embed. This time though, it's going to be a video. Actually maybe not. Let's see if this works. I don't think it's going to. I just missed something. Yeah, it doesn't like that. So we're going to have to do embed. So I guess, yeah, I'm probably going to need the embed code then. See if it yells at me. It is. Okay. Yep, so we need the embed code. So we got to scroll down, hit share, click embed, and then it's right there, the iframe. I forgot it needs the whole code. So then I can come over here, throw that code in there. Should like me now. There we go. And hit done.
So why would it done the video?
Just because it needs the HTML to do it for whatever reason. That's just how it's set up. It can't just take the URL of the video and embed it. It needs the whole code.
Trying to figure out how I'm gonna add a video to my.
Yeah. And hit play. It's all in the video, obviously, so that's good too. Yeah, do what you got to do to remember it. Yep. Yes. So yeah, that's all it is. Just a hotspot with. Oh, now it knows it's a YouTube embed, so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
So yeah, just throw in the embed code, and again, to get that, it's just head to the video, hit share, embed.
You can only do this with YouTube videos?
No, I can do it with Vimeo too, I'm pretty sure.
What about Facebook videos?
Can you get embed code from Facebook videos?
I don't know.
I'm not a Facebook guy. I hate Facebook, so I don't know. We can look though. I'm gonna say.
What if we have our own video on, like, say, we made a video?
You'd have to get it up on YouTube or something.
Yeah, okay.
Get it on one of those platforms first, and then embed it from there. So I don't know if for some reason I wanted this one, and that's the thing, they're all different on how you get the code. It's been a while since I did Vimeos. I want to say it's kind of hidden. Yeah, share. Yeah, so you click on the little paper icon, paper airplane icon, under it, embed, grab it, and then throw it in. Pretty sure it should work. Yep. There's the Vimeo. Facebook, I don't think gives you embed code for the videos, so I don't think it would work. Let's see here. I'm not going to go to my Facebook because it's boring. Facebook, let's see, Marvel video embed. I don't know. I do not know. I don't think you can, but feel free to prove me wrong, or I can come over and we can take a look at it. But really, you should have a YouTube account. I mean, if you have a Google account, you have a YouTube account. So YouTube's a good spot for it. But yeah, fun stuff there. Okay, let's see. That's about it for functionality. I mean, there are, like I said, there's nothing. I can't promise you I showed you everything, but I definitely covered most of it. Next thing is just settings. Over here you can make your, if you care, if you want to be able to see more of it, you can make your thumbnails bigger or smaller. So we're going to head into settings. We're going to go to general. Okay, and this is where you can change the background color of your screens. Actually, I'm not 100% sure what that'll do. I wonder if that's just when you play it. Like the background, no. Oh, I don't know if you saw, but when it popped, the background was black. So it's just the background color of your screen when things are transitioning in and out and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, you can hide your navigation. We'll remove the ability to comment. Okay, this is how you can hide those hints that we were talking about. So that's why it says great for UX testing, you know, user accessibility and stuff, just to see how easy it is to use. You can swipe through screens instead of using hotspots. So if you want to quickly just go through your screens, you're able to do that. Retina images, that's just the really high def images. You can scale those down. You're not going to have to deal with that, so don't worry about it. You definitely want to enable the comments because we're going to be doing that next week. And then you probably want to have notifications too. So when people comment, you can get out there and see what they said. Oh, so okay, I wasn't sure what this case. So the prototype navigation, I guess, is this, where you can click on this grid view. I'm guessing you can click on the grid view and then quickly go to what you want to. So if you want to turn all that off just for testing, that's how you do all that. Security, this is if you want to upgrade, so it's out there. So yeah, if this is really super secret and you don't want people to know about it, you got to upgrade to keep it secure. Integration, Slack is kind of a online project management type tool where you can talk with people. It's kind of like Facebook, but for projects. You can collaborate and stuff online. Sketch, I don't know. Some sort of drawing program, I think. So that's it for the settings. Download, I think, yeah, you got to upgrade to that to do that. So if you wanted to download and get this on your phone or whatever, you'd have to upgrade. Okay, and then you can hit share. And this would be what you would want to put in Brightspace. This is the link that you give to people so they can go check out your prototype. You can email it to people. You can text it to people. That's good to know. So if you want to quickly get it to your client or whoever you're working with, there you go. You can embed it. Just like I embedded that video inside the app, you can embed this inside of a website. It's kind of cool. And oh, I think Explore is like you publish it to MarvelApp site, I think. And so if it's a really good app, people can share it and do things like that. Now, if you want to actually test it on a phone, let's see if I can get this going. Well, no, I don't really want to. I can't really show this on my phone just because I don't want you guys seeing passwords and stuff. But if I go to, let's see, Google Play Store, or I'm pretty sure they have an iOS app as well. But they do have a MarvelApp app, which we talked about last week. Download that to your phone, and then you run it, and it's going to ask you to log in. So you log into your MarvelApp account, and then it'll show your projects. And then using this app, you'll be able to run your prototype off your phone. So it's not as good as having it like on the Play Store or something, but at least you can get it onto a phone and see what it would look like on a phone and how it would function. Okay, and you do that using their app. So you download the app, run it, log in, and then you'll see your projects, run your project, and then you'll see exactly what it'll look like and how it'll function on a phone. So just get the app. It can be Google Play, or there is, I'm pretty dang sure there's an iOS app as well. Okay. Yeah, man, I think that's it. Anything else, guys? Any questions before we finish up here? I think you should have kind of everything you need to make this prototype. Okay. So last thing well, I can't promise you the last thing, but one of the last things I'll say about this is just make sure that this is like a totally fully functioning prototype. Like, it needs to be so complete that it basically does work and function like it exactly should. Like, if I'm on your prototype page, like if this was your prototype page, all three of these better work and do something, because they all look like buttons, right? All three of these should be working and doing something. Like, you need to prototype out the whole thing. Don't leave anything out. It needs to work as if it was complete and finished. You shouldn't have to say, oh, well, you know, if this was actually done, then if you clicked here, it could do this. No, make it do that. Like in MarvelApp, make sure that it does all of that stuff. Everything that looks like it could be clicked, everything that's supposed to be clicked needs to be clickable. It needs to be done. Okay. So get as far as you can. Next week we'll comment and then finish everything up. And then after that, we'll hop into Muse and hopefully make all these crazy creations that you guys have a reality. Okay. We are done.